Welcome back to MS and Me, my story. All right, so I want to say first off, thank you for coming back and watching and supporting. I love you. I love you all. And I hope you can spread that love out to your friends and family. So I'm leaving the hospital unsatisfied, kind of confused, and now it's just kind of just try to deal with life the best you can. And at this point, I do believe I was living with my sister, and with no job, we couldn't pay rent anymore. So we had to figure out something different. So we called my dad, um, and he was living out in BC on some land that he had purchased, some small cabins, and he was kind of Airbnb that out, being the caregiver there. But then we needed his help to find a place to live. So he had to come back into town and find a job, full-time job. Well, I learned my new role in life, at that current moment, was to be just a caregiver to my nieces, which is great. I love that. But again, I was just so weak and didn't have a lot of energy. And that's the number one thing that happens with people with MS. Their fatigue level is usually really, really low. You can't do a whole lot. They say some of the statistics are like it takes a person with MS 5 times the amount of energy to do something that someone who doesn't have MS. So, for example, I put up my arm. It takes 5 times the amount of energy to do that as opposed to someone who doesn't. Anywho, so yeah, it was my job now to take care of my nieces. So feed them breakfast, take them to school, pick them up after school. And even then, that was like a lot for me. I was sleeping a lot. I'd have to ask the girls if they needed something important they couldn't do themselves to come wake me up, and I could help them. So that was, a big change in life, and difficult to be such a homebody all of a sudden. But yeah, um, and now with these videos, they might be a little longer and a little more jumbled, I guess, because I'm just kind of going off of the experience and what comes to my mind and trying to do my best of what happened next from coming out of that hospital and to where I am now. So I might come back and forth a few times. Um, but yeah, so my dad moved in, we got a house, and we started living in that. And I started to make a GoFundMe so I could make it to Peru. I put out a GoFundMe, and luckily my uncle's friend's mom caught it and saw it. And she gave me a personal message and was like, you know what? I believe in this and I want to help you. And I have the experience and the ability to help you do this. And so I'm going to help you. And so she did. And it was the most amazing feeling ever, actually. Um, we put together a little gathering and some silent auctions and a little fundraiser, and she had the venue, and it was so good. It was perfect. It felt so good to have someone do and pull that all together and have so much people show up and support me. So again, I want to thank everyone and anyone who helped and showed up for that, because man, here I am still in the jungle, and that was the beginning of it. So yeah, these videos might go a little bit longer, so please forgive me. So this fundraiser was a success. I got the money that I needed, and I booked my tickets and everything. It took me a full year to do that. By that time, I think I had gone back in the 6 months to the doctors and got another MRI, and there were more lesions and new lesions in my brain and my spine. So then I was now available for Western medicine, which is, they explained, it's a steroid given via needle. They gave me, I think, 6 different options. and all the symptoms and all their side effects. And I only could choose out of like the six, two of them that I would consider, I guess. One of them was that you had to change the location that you injected the steroid or the medicine every day. And because it would do something if you injected the same spot too many times. So that was, again, just another one of those weird side effects. And all of them with only like a 30% chance that it would may help or reduce symptoms or the onset of coming symptoms. So for me at this point already, I just actually not all at this point for a long part of my life. I don't know why. I've always been I always refused pills. I was not a big Tylenol or Advil person, or for pains or aches and pains in my body. I very, very rarely was taking pills for that. I even when I came to being sick, I would just kind of just ride it out unless it was something that I felt like I could deal with, like a NyQuil or something. So I was already not really big into Western medicines and taking a lot of pills and whatnot. So I just had this no feeling. I did not want to take any of this Western medicine. So I refused, and they, kind of said their thing, it's very important that you start now, and the earlier you start, yada yada. And I just politely refused and said, no, thank you, no, thank you. I'm gonna go do this plant medicine, ayahuasca, and see how that helps me. And so fast forward to about coming up to go to Peru for my retreat. Almost, I said it took me about a year for that thing to get all put together and for the date for the fundraiser to happen and all that. And I was actually working with my uncle to get a little bit of extra cash for me to have when I went down to Peru. And 2 weeks before leaving for Peru, I started getting these symptoms again, and there was the numb and tingling feeling in my leg, and it spread with every day that I was helping my uncle, and right up to the day that I left. And it spread and spread and spread, and it spread right until my neck. My whole body, from my neck down, was pins and needles and numb. I put on the towel to dry myself after a shower, and I was like I was doing nothing. Like I couldn't feel the towel on my back. It was that extreme. I knew that I was doing it because I could see it, but I didn't feel it in my hand. I don't feel the towel. I don't feel it on my back. It was really weird. I was actually getting worried, getting close to leaving and having come so close to my neck. I actually was considering canceling my flight to Peru, because if I was gonna be numb in my face all of a sudden, I didn't know. It sounded sketchy. And then I had a little thing happen and was like, no, there's this happening for a reason. You need to go down to Peru and show that this medicine actually is gonna help you. So whatever that was, it happened, and it encouraged me to just stick with it and go. I came down to Peru. I did the 9 days, which I think is 4 ceremonies, and then I stayed for another 9 days, and I did another 3 ceremonies. Let's stop right there. It's at almost 10 minutes, and then I can go on from there. Thank you guys so much again for listening and coming back. It means so much to me to have the support, or if I can reach someone who can maybe help them in any way. So again, thanks for listening. I love you guys. Thanks for coming back, and I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.